Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really fascinating and, let's be honest, pretty cryptic document. It's part sci-fi story, part coded poem, and part philosophical puzzle. It's called The Lunar Skywave.
Okay, so let's jump right in. The source material doesn't waste any time. It drops us smack in the middle of what feels like a military intelligence report. Someone's briefing a captain about this weird broadcast coming out of a future, seemingly post-apocalyptic New York. Right off the bat, you know something strange is going on. And at the core of this rogue signal is a poem. It kicks off with this classic idea, right? You've got these rebels who are supposedly fighting the power, but, plot twist, they're actually in league with the corrupt government. It just immediately blurs the lines and makes you ask, wait, who's really in charge here? Then, we hear from this mysterious narrator, we'll call them the broadcaster, and they make a pretty bold claim. This isn't just some pirate radio signal. No, they are planning a full-on takeover using radio waves, grabbing control of the skies while everyone else is distracted. So you have to wonder, what's the real goal of this broadcast?
To figure that out, we gotta zoom out and look at the bigger picture the document is painting for us. So the whole poem is wrapped up in this sci-fi narrative. We've got this powerful captain who hears about the broadcast and immediately freaks out, ordering all radios to be destroyed. But here's where it gets really weird. He also tells his people to put smiley face stickers and send pop-up books out with the confiscated tech. It's this bizarre combination of brutal censorship and, I don't know, almost childish mockery that just makes the whole thing even more mysterious.
Okay, to really understand this poem, we have to start cracking its codes. And the first, most obvious clue is this historical figure at the center of it all, the mysterious Wolf Jackman.
And right here, you can see a really clear parallel. The fictional Wolf Jackman is without a doubt a direct nod to the legendary 1970s radio DJ Wolfman Jack. I mean, the details just line up perfectly. The Modesto, California setting comes straight from the movie American Graffiti, which of course famously featured Wolfman Jack. This is the key that grounds this whole futuristic poem in a very specific piece of American pop culture.
So with that first clue solved, the rest of the puzzle starts to open up. And what's really cool is the author actually left notes inside the document that basically act as a decoder ring for the poem's deeper riddles. The poem just throws this line at you that seems completely out of left field. Won't go past 77. What does that even mean? Is it a speed limit? An age? It's supposed to be cryptic, but thankfully the author gives us the key. And this is just brilliant. 77 isn't one thing, it's a triple whammy. It connects the movie American Graffiti, the geographical longitude of Washington, D.C., American power, and a very specific historical event, the 1973 gas crisis. The author's whole point here is to make us question official stories. You know, for a lot of people, that crisis didn't just magically start on one specific day. It was already their reality, long before the government said so.
Now, the author doesn't just hide clues in the words. Nope, they're in the music too. The list of songs mentioned in the intro has another riddle baked into it, and the key, according to the author's notes, is to pay attention to the order.
So here, the author deliberately messes with time. Ozzy Osbourne's Bark at the Moon came out a year after Duran Duran's Hungry Like the Wolf, but it's listed first. And that's no mistake. It's a symbol of the bark before the bite, or as the author puts it, a slap then a kiss. It's basically a statement that the system doesn't operate logically. Harm and comfort can show up in any sequence completely out of order.
Okay, let's get to the final layer of this puzzle, because this is where everything we've talked about builds to a really mind-bending reveal about what this story actually is.
Tucked away in the author's notes is the biggest twist of all. This entire story, the broadcast, the intel report, the captain's angry reaction, it's not happening for the first time. It's all a memory, a flashback that's stuck inside a repeating time loop.
So, here's how the loop works. For the characters living inside it, time feels totally normal, totally linear. But for us, on the outside, we can see that the captain is basically just an actor, reenacting a role he's played who knows how many times before. It suggests that maybe history isn't a straight line at all. Maybe it's layered, cyclical, and maybe it's all just a performance.
So, if it's all a loop, and all the riddles are about questioning history, then what's the ultimate message of the Lunar Skywave? What's the big takeaway here?
The poem's bridge lays out the core theme for us, plain and simple. The system, whatever you think that is basically presented as a machine built to create distractions. It doesn't have to force them on us, it just provides whatever we ask for, keeping us all occupied with pretty minimal effort.
And this all leads to a pretty radical conclusion.
The source argues that the crises we see, the historical events we endlessly debate, maybe even the very poem we're analyzing right now, they're all just well-crafted distractions. The real danger, it suggests, isn't the loud, noisy crisis itself. It's the quiet period before the storm, when the system keeps us busy with all this drama so we don't see what's really coming.
And that is the final, unsettling thought that the Lunar Skywave leaves us with. It's a puzzle box that suggests the system's greatest trick isn't the chaos of the crisis, but the deceptive quiet that comes right before it, those moments when we all think we're safe. It's a provocation that really asks us to look past the performance and question what's really waiting there in the silence.